know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you have the camera on. You got a blue wig on. You got eyeshadow on. Now that'd be funny as hell. Like it would, but you told us. See, if you didn't tell us that, and it was just like Rocky, Rocky Horror, just all of a sudden you got fishnets and shit. Everybody
Oh,
be
it
like,
would be a
"What the
horror,
fuck?"
no doubt.
Yes.
Like how you're like, this is very uncreative. I have to be creative about titling the shows.
Yeah.
Well, you want to know something here? Since we're in the pre-show, guess what you get to do, Brandon? Is you get to fucking start organizing and thumbnailing the real-time shows again.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, because they're backlogged. Now that I'm back on now that we're simultaneously streaming on YouTube and Twitch, Brandon gets to go back to doing thumbnails for the real-time videos.
That's been a while.
Yeah, it has. And we got new thumbnails you're gonna have to use too. So.
And I did so many too. I did so many for so long.
Yeah, all new thumbnails. So.
Friday art flex. Friday fun with frickin' Rob. I got nothing right now. I'll come up with something that you won't use.
You better come up with something in the next minute 20 because we got to start the show. I have work to do. We all can't just sit around chatting like Brandon. You know, well, some of us have to work.
That is true.
You know,
nobody pays me to work and nobody asks me to work, so
no,
I have no work.
Unlike your doctor, I have to show up. Like,
oh, that's so true.
So special shout out to all the people listening in the future on the podcast downloads. There's a bonus episode Friday night Sketchcraft. What's gonna happen is when I have shit to draw, we don't have time to do a normal cast. So Brandon's gonna come on, and he's gonna talk about news and stuff while I draw, and we're just gonna record it. So it's a laid back episode. No agenda. Brandon's actually have to go dig up stuff now because he's not even prepared.
Right. In your face Friday show.
No, Friday night Sketchcraft. It's
Friday night art lights.
No. That's it, Brandon. Let's go with the show. Stop talking. Well, I am definitely going to need to come up with a logo beyond the real time. I have to spend. I see, Brandon. I thought during Christmas vacation I was going to be able to get all caught up on podcast stuff and cut some ads and make some intros and update all the graphics. And then we had family come into town, and I had to. Apparently it's my house, so apparently I have to. I'm the guy that has to cook and fucking do shit, you know. So.
Is that how that goes?
Yeah, apparently. So, can you see the stream? We're on Twitch and YouTube now.
Pulling them both
and we're on Facebook.
Jeez, we are global.
Now during the stream, people go, "If you was only on," I'm there. We're on there right now.
We're on everything. We're top trending right now.
Well, trending. No. We're bottom trending. We're bottom trenders. Right, Brandon? Right.
Yes.
Yeah, no. That's where they're like, well, how come you still don't have any viewers? I'm like, exactly. That's the show. That's the one thing I can keep consistent around here is low participation from Brandon and the audience. Right, Brandon?
Pretty much. Oh, yeah. I don't put any effort into this. None.
Let's just say minimal.
Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah. The bare stuff.
Yes.
Like, can I get started drawing now?
You could try.
I drew some stuff you might appreciate.
Hey, look, it's Ninja Turtles. I kind of like those, a little bit
I like the cereal.
sometimes. I liked it all, every bit of everything. I had it all.
Now I gotta draw the fruit snacks. So for those in the podcast, I'm working on this Turtles tribute piece for Megavisions issue 9. I actually drew it 3 years ago for commission. When I was going to use the art in Game Cave, and it was just going to be like Turtles arcade game versus Turtles in Time, or actually it was really just going to be Turtles arcade game, the NES versus the arcade version. But I went and added Turtles in Time for the arcade cabinets. I thought, oh, that'd be cool. And then in Megavisions, we did this thing where we're doing Hyperstone Heist versus Turtles in Time. Brandon, you're aware of the Hyperstone Heist. Remember that?
Super aware of it.
Right.
You
So,
made,
go ahead.
yeah. Oh, you made me watch a whole bunch of. You made me do a whole playthrough and everything
Yeah.
on it.
So, I had to go and add that to this piece because it'd be kind of weird putting the piece in and not actually having the games that you're talking about. Right, Brandon?
Correct. And fun fact, I actually did the flats for this one, the other one of this, with the when it was just the April O'Neil and the plushies.
The overkill flats. So I could show people how overkill Brandon got with the flats.
Yes. Well, at the time, I think that
Yeah.
might have been the first one I did, or at least
Look at all the different things you colored. Like it's ridiculous.
look at that. That's good. That's some good flatting
No,
right
it's
there.
not. It's not good. This is ridiculous to decipher. So that's not how you want to do flat.
Every different thing is separated by color. You can
Yeah,
just
you
pick
don't
and
need
choose.
everything separated in that way, Brandon. It's
Yeah,
overkill.
but one, I think it was like the first one I ever did, and then you were like, "Hey, you got to come. That's way too many." And I was like, "I don't know."
Yeah, because it's just it takes me just as long to undo all the shit to like fill in all this shit as it would be just to do it myself from scratch. So
Ungrateful, Rob. Ungrateful.
I know, Brandon, you're very ungrateful. You know, I give you opportunities and you fucking waste weeks getting that flat done that I can't even use.
That hurts my heart.
You thought 3 years later I'd forget, right?
My hurts my fat heart.
Did you ever eat the turtle's hostess?
Uh huh. Little green pies or whatever the
The
fuck
green
is that?
pies?
Yeah.
I could only stomach them if they were frozen. Put them in the freezer.
Yep. Yep. Oh man.
You want to dig up some topics?
Yeah, let's see here. I got one, a fresh one. Let's see.
The fresh ones. Brandon
I
in the
want
news.
I want to word it right. Yeah. So, a third Deadpool movie is officially in development over at Marvel Studios now. Confirms actor Ryan Reynolds.
Hold on one
It's
second. Hold on one
yeah.
second. Let's see if I can get the news flash. I really should be working with this if I can do this, but hold on. Let's see. Got the news?
Uh-huh.
Brandon's got breaking news. Go ahead, Brandon.
Okay, well, it is officially confirmed by actor Ryan Reynolds that Deadpool 3 is in development at Marvel Studios. Ryan Reynolds says, "It's kind of crazy." End of news.
May as well been a Key and Peele sketch. It's kind of crazy.
Didn't know how to
And then they just cut away. Yeah, a Deadpool. Sketchcraft breaking news.
Yes. So,
I literally killed the music, right? That was good timing.
Rob's here for his own amusement.
That's the hey yo, I am fucking the only one on these streams. So, you know, like if I'm not entertained.
Yes. So, you didn't hate it, but it wasn't your favorite Deadpool 2. You prefer the first one. Now that it's going to Marvel,
I find Deadpool 2 to be very similar to Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, in terms of comparison to the first movie. That's how I feel about it.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. So now that Marvel's going to be heading the ship here, high hopes, low hopes. Think it's just going to be What?
But Kyle's in the stream. Hey, Kyle, what's up?
Hey, Kyle, he's on the stream too.
Yeah, Kyle. From now on, when I have Kyle on the streams, I'll actually extract the audio and make it as a bonus cast on. Because now that Anchor won't delete my cast, I can put as many as I want. I can just load up the podcast with extra content. And who cares if they're
Yay!
listening? Who cares if they're listening, right? Like, who cares? What can I do? So your question is what? Marvel's gonna fuck it up?
No, high hopes. Well, I mean, yeah, high. You got high hopes for it, low hopes. You think it's gonna definitely be better than the second one, or you think they're gonna try to rein it in a little too much? I mean, what do you
Yeah,
think?
man, everyone's all like, Disney's gonna fuck with this. I'm like, I just don't. Dude, Disney didn't create the MCU. It was already out before they got bought. You know,
Right.
like long as Kevin Feige is in charge, we're all right. So whether it'll be better or worse, fuck, I know. Who's writing? I mean, it's the same guys writing it, but I don't know. Who's directing it? Same dude.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, I could look it up. I broke the news, Rob. I didn't do a deep dive.
I broke the news. I didn't really like deep. You didn't read the news either.
I just gave you what I saw right off the bat. I didn't go deep diving into it. It was just like you said, you didn't really
It's not a
prepare
vat
me
of
because
nachos, Brandon. You know what I mean? I didn't go deep diving into the news. I asked you who's directing it. I don't fucking know, man. It's fucking some crazy
I
talk.
I
You got all fucking.
I assume there's a director.
You got all Tracy Morgan. I don't fucking deep dive in that shit. Like.
Roll.
By the way, did you see the Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live? It was so funny.
Yeah,
I watched it
redid all
live.
this.
I watched it. I was the only one who fucking. I had to get. It's weird because I don't have cable, so I had to find a way to
Uh-huh.
stream it, and there's no way to stream without paying $50 a month. So I found an illegal stream to watch it. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm not paying. It's gonna be online right after it's over, you know.
Oh yeah, it was
So
on YouTube right after.
right, but I just wanted to catch it live, so I watched the stream.
Hmm.
Man, that's the best Saturday Night Live I've seen since the '90s. You know,
Hmm.
it was so good. Tracy Morgan made that joke about being hit by the truck. Like, I know I get hit by a truck. It was amazing.
Will you go see Deadpool 3 in theaters?
I guess. I mean, I don't look, Brandon. I mean, like, why don't we all just wait to see a trailer? You know,
Hey,
I've seen
there's no
every
trailer
Marvel
out.
movie. The
Breaking the news.
only movies I haven't seen the trailers are the ones that are in association with Marvel. Other than Spider Verse, like the Venom movie. Nope. No, I'll take that back. Spider-Man: Far From Home was like probably my favorite film this past year. So
Oh yeah.
I didn't say it's the best film; it's my favorite film.
Hmm.
I have to apparently remind people there's a difference between the best movie and my favorite. You know, you don't like the best movie? No, I don't like the best movies. So who knows, man?
All right. So
What
here's
would it
another.
take for you to not go see the movie? That's what I want to know. Like, what would I mean? Because I know you'll be there, but like, what would be like the thing? Like, I don't, did
World
you?
War Three.
I would imagine that would be like, I'm gonna go to the theater because this shit's rough. Hey, you think if World War III started, they'd still play 30 minutes of trailers before the fucking movie? Like,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But at this time, it would be like go buy your bail bonds and like the old school days where they had the propaganda before the movies. They're like, yeah, go buy some steel and stuff so we can
no,
make
we just
bullets.
invent money now for wars. So everything else the public has to fund. You know what I mean? They used to have to fund wars. Now we have to fund healthcare.
Are we gonna have a GoFundMe for the war? A
Mm,
Patreon?
Whatever, dude. Get some more interesting. Let's talk about something less
Yeah. So
divisive, like Star Wars.
how about this? How about apparently New Mutants will finally come out April 3rd.
Was it
They're
April
supposed
1st?
April 3rd.
if
They're
they
saying is the release date, and they're saying we're getting a trailer this month. They're saying we're going to get a new trailer, and then it's coming out in April.
if they had said April 1st, do you think anyone would have believed it?
I mean, it's just it looked when the first trailer came out for that, it looked spooky, it looked creepy. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm in on this shit." I don't even like scary horror, any kind of creepy movies. But this one, I was like, "Oh shit, they're really all right." This one, all right. And then now I'm like, "The fuck are they gonna put out? What is it actually gonna be?"
Well, see, you've
So
waited so long. You're like, how can this possibly be worth the wait? And the answer is, it
right,
isn't. It was
no,
supposed
it's
to
gonna be
be.
like I was just saying, it's gonna be like just like Dark Phoenix, it's gonna be like, oh, we reshot, there's so many changes, and you're just like, this is a clusterfuck of a movie. So I don't know.
Don't expect them to spend much on marketing. I have a feeling it'll
Right.
just get dumped into theaters and they'll like advertise it on Disney Plus or some shit. So
Right.
people are like, why don't they just put on Disney Plus? I'm like, because then people will think it's like the new mutants. It's just they're just trying to make some money back on that investment,
Hmm.
on some level. But it's gonna go nowhere. It's gonna mean nothing. It has nothing to do with the X-Men reboot that they're developing for the MCU. So who the fucking I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
For me right now, it's right up there with remember that Generation X movie that was on
Yep.
Fox back. It's like, yeah,
Yep.
okay, well, it's
I
X-Men.
still have that on VHS.
Sorta. I mean, did anyone wonder how that was connected to the X-Men movies when that came out a few years later?
No, not at all.
So
Hey, but I actually I liked that the Gen X movie. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't hold up today. I'd have to
it didn't
react.
hold up in '96, Brandon.
Hey, as you know, Banshee is one of my favorite X-Men ever. So even though he was like older in there, I was like, yeah, Gen X, yeah, Banshee. It was so good times though.
But I mean, 3 years later, you had the X-Men, or was it 4 years later? You had the X-Men film. Well,
Right.
it was announced 3 years later. So like 3 years after this movie come out, they'll finally announce the X Men reboot, and no one will give a shit about this.
No, not at
So,
all.
provided there's still an Earth, but let's
Parts
let's
of it.
all let's all hope for the best, right? So,
Right, right, of course. Um. So speaking of Disney Plus, Wan-
speaking of the end of the world,
yeah, the WandaVision show on Disney Plus got moved up from early 2021 to be coming out this year. Do you think there's any particular reason why they would move a show up like half a year, or you think, like, I mean, do they do that for marketing, for
dude, it's
maybe
because they
kind
have
of bump
8 other shows due out next year, and they need
out?
content out now, and this one doesn't require a ton of visual effects. So the visual effects for this are going to be in the back half of the season, from what I understand. And the front half of
Okay,
the season is gonna look like a '50s talk TV sitcom because it takes place in our head
gotcha.
or whatever. So
Right,
I just imagine it's just easier to get done.
right. Most
So
special effects will just be his look touched up a little bit, probably if he's in his Vision suit.
I guess. So I wouldn't worry about. I mean, but they've got like 7 different shows coming out next year alone. So I mean, it's gonna be plenty of content. Speaking of Disney Plus, the funny part was, yeah, I got friends who are like, "Hey man, you gonna cancel your Disney Plus?" I'm like, "Well, first off, I pre-bought for 3 years, so no. Second of all, how stupid are you guys to be starting and stopping some shit? Well, I'm just gonna stop now because I don't watch it. I'm like, all right, well, I watch Darkwing Duck daily, so literally I get up in the morning and I just put on fucking the Disney Channel cartoons, like,
Mhm.
and I just leave them on while I'm cleaning the kitchen and making breakfast and everything else. So I'm just fine with it.
Hey, remember that time you almost got me Disney Plus?
No,
Almost got
almost.
it for me.
Psycho says hi.
Um,
Wasn't Psycho the guy that was watching you on the streams when you used to stream at Gamora?
Yeah,
What was the name of that show?
Mega Potato Show.
Oh yeah. You don't do that, right?
I want to get moving forward. I want to get more time to do streaming now that I'm just starting to maybe get my health back a little bit. It's been, it's been,
Dead
it's,
tomorrow, right?
I know. It's,
What's the fucking Dead song? What's that? I almost goofed that up. What is
I
that?
don't know.
What's that death jingle? Used to play all the time, right?
All I know is the
Yeah, that's
last
it.
3 months have been rough.
Don't talk over me.
You're gonna get hit with a copyright thing.
Oh, I thought you made coffee. I was like, you're gonna throw a coffee at me? Like, what is?
Possibly.
Hey, I got
I'm
that
seeing
copyright dispute. Uh, I got the copyright dispute turned over. I tell you about that. So
uh,
Warner Media Group sent me a copyright notice on one of my streams. I wasn't playing any music, but I was just breathing, and they tried to claim my breathing was some weird German song. Right, and I'm like, I'm just breathing. I had to look up the fucking song. I'm like, it's all some weird atmospheric Vangelis nonsense, and I'm like, all right, guys, it's just me fucking breathing. Took them almost
yeah.
a month to fucking let that one go.
Jeez.
Like, I'm not back on YouTube but a week, and already. Where is the gravy? Crusher. You want to keep track of the chats, Brandon?
Yeah, it comes a little slow for some reason on my computer. Like I got Crusher saying, "I love the '90s cartoons on Disney Plus."
Keep track of the chat, Brandon. You gotta let people know.
I'm keeping track, people. It's coming a little slow on my computer, and maybe I'll have to bring it up on my phone. My
Yeah.
battery doesn't die. On my phone, I'm looking up for things to talk about on the stream. On the computer, I got the chat going. Like Crusher
You're a
says,
millennial. You can do 8 things at once.
that is YouTube
Just
in the nutshell.
just pretend you're at work. You get it done real fast. Like, and pretend you should be getting paid to do some other shit.
I'm going to keep the Disney Plus train rolling along here. And there's going to be parts of the Winter Soldier and the Falcon show. Well, sorry, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Give it respect. Will take place on in Madripoor, which is a fictional island in Marvel lore, which has lots of ties with the X-Men and Wolverine history. Do you think that's like subtle ways they're just ushering in?
Yes.
Soon to be the mutants.
In the same way that it might not be right away, but in the same way that wasn't Wakanda tied into South Africa. Africa was tied into Age of Ultron, right?
Right, and when they mentioned in Infinity War earthquakes underwater, which is probably like Atlantis with Namor.
Maybe the Namor rights are still tied up with Paramount or Universal, one of the two. I can't remember. I think Universal. So I don't know about that one.
How do you think they're going to bring in the mutants into the Marvel universe? Do you think it's going to be through Doctor Strange's multiverse movie?
No, I think we're 3 to 5 years away from any of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. The world is a little mutant. Fox didn't help putting out a fucking X-Men movie every other year, whether we wanted it or not.
All right.
So they just had one last summer. I think you forgot. Like, It's like if Disney got the fucking Justice League license. You're like, how long before they make a Justice League movie? It's gonna be a bit, bro. Like.
All right.
I know they fast tracked Star Wars, but yeah.
Well, damn. Well, it's got to be through. It's got to be through like. Well, I say this, and they can do whatever the fuck they want, but I would imagine it's got to be through Wanda or through Doctor Strange somehow. With that's the only way I could see them bringing in the mutants into the world, with her having a breakdown or Doctor Strange breaking some kind of world barrier dimension shit.
Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to get super excited about that multiverse title, but I wouldn't go in there expecting too much. You know.
I hope we at least see like alternate versions, kind of like the Spider Verse did, where you see the different worlds and different versions of them. So like
But how
maybe
many
a
versions of Doctor Strange was there to see? Like, it's the same dude, right? So, did I mean?
well, I mean, like I would like to see like maybe there in one reality it's a gray Hulk or a red Hulk, or you see different characters and different suits, looks, things like that. Just something
I
different. I
think
don't
the
know.
next wave of shit is all monsters. You know, they already planned that. That's why Blade is appearing, Moon Knight, all that
Moon
shit.
Knight.
Yeah, and I think that after that you'll get Fantastic Four, and then last you'll get X Men. They're not in any hurry, man. Like
Well,
I know everyone feels like they lost all the main characters. No one gave a shit about Captain America when that first movie came out, you know. And so if you don't like these characters now, they'll find a way to make you like them, you know. So
true.
it's like they're not, and we don't want them to be in a hurry, dude. Unlike Warner Brothers, where it's like, oh, now you're gonna get a fucking Aquaman movie, whether you like it or not, and you get Justice League and Batman and Superman in the same movie. Like this, it would be the worst if they did that. And then the backlash would be, see, Disney's just trying to cash in on that shit that they bought, like whatever. So I can already see the weird hate now, you know. So it's like if they don't put it out right away, it's oh they're making us wait. And it's like if they do put it out right away, well, it's because they're evil corporations trying to cash in. Like I don't know, man. You know, like so I just whenever I would rather they can. It's like when they first announced an Iron Man movie and then it did well. And every time they announced Iron Man, look at Iron Man 2, it was like, when are they going to do the storyline where he's an alcoholic? What was that storyline?
Where Tony Stark was the alcoholic.
Yeah, like he's got that.
Shit, I can't think of it. I know that I could see the cover in my head where he's got the suit on and the helmet's on the desk and he's holding the drink, the whiskey in his hand, and he's
Yeah.
sweaty.
And it was like every time someone brought it up, it was like that was the one they had to do. And they're like, oh, we're not going to do it. They don't do that. We'll never like Iron Man. Yeah, you will. So like when people are like, oh, you got to do like, I think Psycho brought up Annihilation and Hickman and whatever's going on with the powers of X. What about all this? I'm like, that's some dark, weird shit. You don't start that off. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good way to start off. You build up to something like that after 10 years of X-Men films in the same way you had like 4 Avengers movies, or 5 if you count Civil War. So, like, just let them take their time. I mean, what's really weird, because right now half the fans are like, we need all this shit now, and the other half are like, I'm just burnt out on Marvel shit. I'm like, my ass, you're burnt out on Marvel. It's easy to say that when there's nothing in the theater, you know. Like if you were burnt out on Marvel shit after fucking Endgame, why did Spider-Man make 1 point something $billion?
Yeah,
It's just not true. So they just, yeah, they'll get to it. Just they'll take their time. They need to have a more, you know, entry. No, it's not like an origin movie, but an entry thing, like a way into
yeah.
the new, whatever. So
Well, I was reading on one of the news, the comic book news things, that they might have Dracula in the Moon Knight series. So that'd be a good way to tie in also Blade and everything. All the Night Watch characters and
people
all
bring up
that.
Dracula. I'm just like, I want to talk blood. It's a stupid character.
Better
I'll
not.
watch whatever they put together.
Keanu Reeves better not hear you talking all that
It'd be
trash.
funny if Taika Waititi did it. He just did what we were in the shadows. You know what I mean? He just turned that into fucking Dracula.
I'd watch it.
See?
Man.
Hey, you want some news from me?
Yes.
So this Christmas break, I got all my organization done in my studio now, fully organized. You'll be proud when you get to see it. One of the things I was able to do though was the comic books. I've still had the comic books from my teenage years, so around Image on through 98, 99. I have all of them, and they've been in the same box, and I've had the same box. It's from my childhood comic book shop, so I never want to get rid of it, but it's finally disintegrated. It even has. It used to hold the Extreme Comics back issues that were overordered, so it even had like Extreme Comics stamp on the back. It's just funny because that shit was at the time he was just buying like every fucking gold edition bullshit comic there was, and none of it sold. Um, so I bought all this new storage stuff for my comics. And I stopped collecting Savage Dragon physical issues around issue 105 or 10 around there. Mostly because I was in college. And I just was like, it's getting kind of expensive with the comics and books and school. So I got them all organized, and I'm like, I really want to support the local comic shop around here somehow. So now I'm getting Savage Dragon again monthly physical issues. So apparently they're at moving up to 250 now. So
Oh wow.
yeah, he's been doing it by himself, writing, drawing, and then it started dawning on me like no one's doing that, right? Like 250 issues, writing and drawing the book, like nobody. So I know Todd celebrated that whole like Spawn's been the most longest creator-owned book, but he hasn't been drawing it since issue 23. So every now and then he turns up some pages, but I'm excited. So it's about 150 issues. I gotta get caught up somehow. So they have another shitty comic book shop in Boise. I won't say it's shitty. It's that shop you like. Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Just that kind of place.
Yeah.
But they have a zillion back issues. It's like the Jesse James comic shop. It's like that.
Right. Right.
So I'm gonna go see if they have the quarter bins and shit. If I can find some back issues there. If not, the next time I'm in town, we should go to some of your dives and I'll dig up some back issues to get caught up. I'm not paying eBay fees for old comics. You know what I mean? Like eBay would be overcharging. Well, it's Kyle with the Stan Sakai. You got me on that one.
Yeah, that's a lot. I haven't bought a comic book, and I bought some trade paperback and hardcovers. I think the last Vegas con we did, and that was what 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle will get a kick out of this. So I on this piece I've blocked in Stan Sakai and Usagi Ojimbo plushies will go right here, and Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird plushies will go there. So. Yeah, I mean, I'm not buying comics regularly. I buy manga and digital issues. Even with manga, I'm only allowed to own the first 4 volumes of physical issues. Everything else has to be digital because I just don't have the space for it. But I'm willing to keep Savage Dragon going because I've been there since the beginning. So
I stopped a long time ago. It's been a while. I think I had like the first. I don't want to say 100. I had at least the first 40 issues.
Whoever drew these turtles on this box of fruit snacks, which by the way, I used to eat the shit out of these. They're disgusting. This art's really fucked up. Like I'm like, trying to figure out what the hell they were thinking. Like, what is this? What is this?
Yeah, that's weird. I'd like to think I could do better.
No.
Thanks, Rob.
And speaking of which, you done with that Rick and Morty yet? You said it was gonna be last Friday.
I didn't say that. I said it'd be this Friday.
You literally said that day when I called. It'll be done when I get home tonight. I'm like, it's gonna be done when you get home. It's gonna be done when you get home tonight. Remember?
Yeah, probably.
It's still not done, is it? What is it, Brandon? Is you just not working on shit until I call, or what is it?
No, it's not that. I mean, one, it was. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time without your guidance. I'll be honest. Without you doing like a lot of like breakdowns or just pointers here and there throughout the past, I think I got it. Just I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Like I can do shit. Like everything you've had me ever do, I've been pretty much able to do. Thumbnails, drawings, color things. It's not the greatest, but I still
You
put a lot
can't
of
do
effort into
anything
this.
on your own.
Nope.
That's the most confident answer you've given to me in the last 6 months. You
You know,
realize, right?
and it was weird trying to not look like I was tracing a show and trying to draw it like the show, and it just looks like shit a lot of the time and a lot of the stuff, and it just because you know, one, it's not a style you had me doing before this. Before this, the stuff I was doing,
They're
I
just
kind of
basic shapes. They're not styles, Brandon.
okay. I liked how things were going before it with how you were having me flesh out shapes and things, and then when I started drawing this, I felt like I was trying to go backwards. It's just a lot of mind fuck. Plus, then the health issues. This last 3 months have been fucking horrendous. I mean, like just bad, and more and a lot worse than things I've actually said. Because you know you like to give me a hard time if I tell you too much information. So
Yeah, well, I
yeah,
generally eat right before we do these casts, so I don't want to vomit.
yeah. So that's always a plus. So I'm literally right now and today I've been just since I got home from work, just double checking things, and I think I'm as far as I want to go with it without messing with it anymore. And then hopefully can move on to other stuff and trying the stuff we were talking about, where it's actual
Well, I can't
making
do
some
none of that
stuff.
shit until I'm done with Megavision. So,
I get it. So yeah,
I bet Brandon would get the hand connected to some sort of form. Kyle understands Brandon. What do you think, Brandon? Want to read Kyle's comment? Just explain it to
I
people.
would. I would, Kyle. I would. I think I could at least connect the hand to a forearm. Listen, I'm not the best artist, but since working with, and this is a compliment for you, Rob. Since working more with you, okay, I'm able to at least see what should be going on in art. So I could see the shapes. I can see how it goes through. Now, my proportions and my perspective may be off, but I can still know that shapes need to connect in certain ways and certain muscles and things now. And
I have to be the first guy who's drawn this fucking box, this artwork on this box since the day this whoever drew this did it.
oh yeah, shipped it out.
So fucking bad. I remember looking at this thinking, I can't draw that good. Now I'm like, Brandon can't draw this good. Brandon. Brandon,
Sorry,
come
I
on.
was taking a drink of water. I was getting a drink of water. Say it one more time. Say your joke. I'm sure it
No,
was
I don't have
something
to
at my
speak. Everyone
expense.
heard it. You can.
There we
It'll be on the podcast. You can go download it and listen.
go. Can't wait. Can't wait.
What other news we got going on, Brandon? What's happening out there?
Well, I got a question. So you drawing this stuff, okay, and did that brick. You know, do you mind if I just try drawing a few things in this style and just maybe mess with some of the sketch covers, but in this style like we talked about, just to get some
The
practice?
fruit snacks cover?
No, the Rick and Morty stuff.
Oh, all right. I thought you're looking at what I'm drawing now. You want to draw like the fruit snacks cover? I mind a great deal.
No,
Yeah.
I mean like the fucking take a sketch cover and mix it up with the Rick and Morty style, but a character and all that shit. Just so I'm
I
doing.
don't want you doing any sketch covers. I just, if you want to do some art that's digital and work it out, fine. I
Do it
don't
all
want
on
you.
my iPad.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you get this weird like, well, if you could just do this one little sketch, just like just draw like a little bit of a dime. Like you get like Chris Rock, and I'm gonna get you. Just draw me a little bit. Draw me the head. Just draw me the
I'm
foot,
not.
and then
I
I
don't
can
do
finish
that
the
anymore.
rest. And yeah, you
That was
do.
like that
That's a
was at like the con when we
Brandon.
first
That's
started.
like literally the past 4 years. What are you talking about? Like
You're the wind beneath my wings, Rob.
those aren't wings; they're breasts. Brandon.
That
You really need
yours
to
is that.
diet. Like
You're saying you. I'm saying you're the wind. Wait. Oh shit! I got the breast. Okay. Damn it. I know. The medicine's really. I gained 10 pounds in the last 3 months, last 2 months on this, last month and a half on this medicine. Ugh,
well,
these medicines,
at least you're not.
medicine.
You're still cold turkey on the energy drinks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going on. I think it's been 2.5 weeks. 2 weeks. Um, so that's been helping a little bit on my blood pressure end. Yeah, I haven't. I opened one up the other day because I had one left in the fridge at work that's just been sitting in there, and I saw it, and I opened it, and I sat it there right in front of me.
I
And I just
imagine you open up the fridge and then the fridge looking at your face, right?
oh yeah, it lit up. It lit up like a Christmas tree light. It was just like ding, glowing. I
little,
was
little
like,
little
oh
little dry
fuck yeah.
ice test coming out
I'm
the
not gonna say what I had to do to get that Red
dry ice
Bull,
smoke.
but I went in the back alley and no, but I opened it. I set it on my work table, and I just let it sit there for like an hour. So then it would obviously go flat. Didn't drink it. I just picked it up, went and dumped it down the sink, and threw it away. And I haven't opened one since or bought any or anything. So I think I'm on 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Fucking hate it. I hate it so much.
Maybe I'll call
But
this the Brandon Show.
works for me.
This is where I have Brandon on, and I just let him talk.
Yes.
It's the Brandon Show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone likes me for the most part. Except for the except for
I
the
like how
except for the people.
you even managed to say that not so confidently. For the
Yeah.
most part, you
I
know.
mean, just the people. It's only
Hold
the
on,
people who don't
hold on. I
like
got some
me.
music for this. No, that's not it. Where is it? No, that's not. Oh, where is the Brandon music? Oh, I don't have it loaded up into this yet. Gosh darn it! I gotta get the Brandon music loaded in here. I can grab it. You can talk for a second. I gotta dig this up.
I have to sit here and talk. Yeah, Kyle said tater thoughts. Yes, tater thoughts indeed. The mind of Mega Potato. How about that one? I like that one. Kyle, do you like that one? The mind of Mega Potato. Inside the mind of Mega Potato. Or
No.
tater thoughts. Tater thoughts is always good. Um, so I gotta wait for you to dig up some music to talk shit to me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I got nothing. I got
I
nothing. But
got other
you know
shit I should
what?
be doing, but I gotta get this music.
I sure as hell can connect a hand to a forearm when I'm drawing. Okay.
Hmm.
In fact, everyone,
That's
tonight,
questionable.
no, tonight I will draw on my iPad a hand and a forearm connecting, and I'll post it in my story. Proof I can do it. Whatever. I appreciate your support, Kyle. I do.
That's it. No, that's my art tips theme. That's not it. Where's the? I got that music specifically for your stupid nonsense. Ah, I can't find it. Oh well, I'll have to dig it up. But I got Brandon music. Remember I made you do it? It's me. Remember that? Remember that when I had you recording?
Probably.
Yeah, Brandon, that's me. Like, yeah. Well, I'll find something. What happens when Brandon can't make it to the Brandon show?
I got nothing going on. Ain't nobody knocking on my doors to design anything or draw anything. What am I gonna do on a Friday night?
Certainly not
I ain't
work
got
on the
no.
comics Rob tasked you with, right? You just admitted you don't have anything going on.
Well, no, I'm right now.
Oh.
I have it up and I'm going over it.
uh-huh,
I
uh-huh.
really do. I have it on my screen right now, and I'm going over everything, double
But you're
checking.
supposed to be looking up news.
I have that on my phone as well. I'm a millennial. Remember, I can multitask.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got me on that one. You can talk bullshit
Yes. All
and
day.
yeah, all day long, right?
Hey, you still
Andrew.
playing that Ninja Oculus Rift game, or have you
Yes.
taken a break from it?
Yeah, I haven't played it in a week because my nephew was using the Rift all week. I had him trying all that stuff. He was on there. He unlocked because I've mostly been just doing this one thing that I got the world record on. Um, but he unlocked some more of the story mode, and he unlocked the scorpion dagger. You know where you could throw out the dagger. They got that in the game, so you can
Oh
actually
wow,
throw out the dagger and grab a guy and drag him over to you. Like, come here.
like Scorpion,
Yeah,
yeah.
just like Scorpion. Yeah, yeah. Can't wait to use that.
That's pretty neat.
everyone's definitely certain that you are not practicing. Like,
Uh,
they've been around for a while, Brandon. You know, like I know you like to. Brandon likes to act like it's all in Rob's head. That he just makes this up because it's fun for Rob, but it's not the case.
Rob's implanted these thoughts into your head.
Yeah. You're the only one I can't seem to implant thoughts into.
Uh,
Come on, there's more comic news. Go to. Don't they have those? What's that bullshit site where they always make up shit? We got this covered. I found this guy on
yeah.
Twitter that spent the last year tracking their stories, and they've only kind of sort of got some stuff right 2% of the time. And even then, he's like, I'm being really fucking generous, just to give them a shot. So if anyone is running sites from WeGotThisCovered.com, you're a fucking idiot, you know?
Right. So I've been reading this a lot on different outlets, and I don't know how familiar you are with the suit, but apparently the Batman suit will be based on the suit by Bermejo's Batman. I don't know if you've seen that.
Dude, there's a bunch of. So I've been following this story for the last 3 or 4 months. First, it was the Earth one with the glowy symbol. Now they're
Right.
saying it's Libra. They don't. No one has any info about this.
With the white glowing
No,
eyes.
nobody has any info. Okay, it's all bullshit. No one knows anything.
I do like the white eyes though. Like
Yeah, I don't know. They did it
I
in the
don't know.
Dark Knight. It didn't look that great.
I was okay with it.
Nah, it looks like Bible Man. Remember that fucking shit?
No.
Yeah, there was a back in the late '90s. There was this directed DVD Christian shit called Bible Man. It's really fucking horrible. What was it? Was it Nightman on Fox? Wasn't that one too? Like one of those Ultraverse dudes.
I don't
He had
know.
like
There were
a
so many.
giant. He had like Fabio hair.
Oh, that one. Did you hear anything about Disney buying Pokemon? That
Where
can't be
are
right,
you getting
right?
this from? We got this covered.
No,
Okay,
but obviously,
I'm like,
that
because now two
now that
percent of what we, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't grab them from bullshit.
but now that I say it out loud, it's silly to think about it, but yeah,
No, they're not buying Pokemon.
no.
Okay,
I'm just reading. I'm just reading the random news.
okay. No, they're not buying Pokemon.
Well,
I mean,
somebody needs to
it made
fix that
such a
fucking
giant splash at
thing.
the movie theaters, right?
Uh,
That no, okay.
I was nobody. I don't know. I don't say nobody, but I was very, very, very bummed as a lifelong, very big Pokemon fan. I was very, very disappointed with that movie.
Tell me about it.
Anyways, Crusher, you don't know what I'm studying or practicing. You don't know. I'm making moves.
Moves
Oh.
like Jaegers.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon moves like a giant lumbering mech. It's not moves like
Yes.
Jaggers. It's moves like Jaegers. See what I did there? Some clever shit,
Yeah.
man.
Mm.
That's dead ass cool. They don't use cool anymore, though,
That's
right? So
nah.
someone said I can't use dork anymore. That's not. I'm like dork still works, man. Not taking that one away from you. Did you
I
just
mean,
spit? What was that?
I laughed.
Oh, it looked like you like you hawked a loogie. I was like, what is going on?
Unlike you, I do not eat or cough or snot while we are talking to each other.
I have outtakes to prove you otherwise, bro. Don't say some shit I have audio proof of. All right.
Unless I'm like
Oh, and
sick and
now
forced to be on the
unless
couch.
just a one time
Yeah,
sort
if I
of.
can't help it when you have me on the cast, you're like,
If
yo,
I
you gotta
can't
be on the
help
cast.
it.
And I'm like, I'm sick. You're like, yeah, you still gotta be on the cast. And I'm like, I'm sick. And like, so mute your mic. And if I sneeze or something and I can't catch it in time,
Well, don't say you never do that shit when you clearly know you did the shit. So
You will eat a whole peanut butter like Atkins bar while talking to me, mouthful of peanut butter.
Yeah, it's a
You're
Brandon.
you're a dictator.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a dick and you're a tater. How about that?
Yes.
Can I meet you halfway?
When's the next Star Wars movie come out?
Next week. You're all fucked. So right now they're filming. They're filming Mando season 2, right? Out in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy now, Jason Ward, he runs a site called MakingStarWars.net. His info is legit. He hits in the high 90%.
Oh wow.
So he was always down there shooting, like when they were filming the first season. The code name, so they make up these code names. They make up these code names for movies. It dates back to Return of the Jedi, when anytime Lucas would go somewhere on Empire and it was like Star Wars, everyone would jack up the hotel rates, and you know what I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So he gave Return of the Jedi a code name called, a working title called Blue Harvest. He even
Okay.
made like fake logos, like horror beyond imagination. It was just because you didn't want to pay exuberant prices. Now everyone does this. They give all their movies working code names. So the code name for Mando season 2 is Huckleberry. So whatever, there's no reason for it. So he's down there, and the security guard was trying to shoo him off the fucking, from taking photos. And he's like,
Yeah.
filming Star Wars. And he's like, Star Wars just came out. They ain't making no Star Wars. This is Huckleberry. He's like, yeah. You know? So, they're down there shooting it now.
Did he get to see Baby Yoda on set?
No, weird part was the first stuff he shot is from the last episode. So they didn't shoot them in order.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure
Throw
it
you
had to do
off
with
the scent.
availability.
So throw you off the scent.
Threw me off the scent.
Throw them off the people off the scent. Like if you record like the last episode,
You're
at
being
the
clever.
beginning, yeah, they you don't know what order they're filming shit
See,
in, so you
Brandon,
don't
when
know
you
what
say throw them off the scent, I assume you're like hoarding food.
you are a fat kid at heart too. So whatever.
I didn't say I wouldn't be. I can only say I would assume you would, because that's what I would do. I'm not just picking on you. I get this, but I didn't realize. I don't think I've even ever heard you use the word scent. Like it was creepy. Just letting you know, Brandon. Very Kevin Spacey.
At least I didn't go like I didn't like sniff after it, like, oh, the scent.
You just did that, and now that's in my head.
Good. I want it, and it's on the stream.
Welcome to 2020.
Psychotech says perfect dynamic. I assume you're talking about me and the thoughts that come out of my head, Psycho. That's the perfect dynamic. That's all you can clearly be talking about.
Your head is a little aerodynamic. I know that much.
It is. It's very smooth, sleek, odd shaped. I'm kind of built like a lava lamp. I'm a lot of shapes, but I'm pretty to look at. There's a lot going on. You're like, I don't know what that kind of shape is, but I like it. I like the way it looks. It's pretty. It glows.
Streamlabs censored Psycho. He cursed too much.
Eesh. Kyle says, Kyle Wright says, can you explain more about this scent thing? How does it smell? Like money, success, and money? Things I'll never have, Kyle? Those two things? Success and money. Creativity. Perspective on life and art. All the above. I'm going to go cry now.
Next time I come to Brandon's house, he just pours his bucket over my head. What's that? The tears I've been collecting all year long.
Yes.
Oh no!
And then fingernail clippings and feathers. I got nothing.
Yeah, Brandon. Sometimes Brandon tries. It doesn't come out right. What other wonderful friggin' news do you have to share with us, Brandon?
I quit. Replace me with Kyle forever.
He would show up more often than you, and he has a full time job.
Ugh, he does indeed.
He actually travels to India, and he'd show up more than you.
I know. He is. I'm looking at his Instagram right now. It is awesome, cool pictures of traveling in various locations. And Kyle Wright, which if you go to his Instagram, is. Did you change your Instagram, Kyle? Because I thought he used to have like an underscore in it or something weird. It's now just the KF Wright, right with a W. You must have changed that, right? Did you notice that, Rob?
No.
Yeah, it used to have like an underscore on it, I believe. It used to have like, it used to be like underscore the Kyle Wright or Kyle the underscore Kyle Wright, something like that. He'll say it in
You're
the
spending
thing.
15 minutes on this subject, Brandon. You want to move
I
on?
want to talk about Kyle. Kyle's a great guy. If you go to his Instagram, he's got some amazing pictures. He does. He's a director of photography. See, and he says I changed it. People had a hard time finding underscores on their iPhone keyboard. There you go. See, I pay attention, Kyle. Unlike Rob, I pay attention to my friends and I notice things.
Brandon, you're not my friend. Even my
No,
wife
I'm
knows
not.
this.
I
She
know.
reminded me, so you guys aren't friends. I'm like, will you tell him that? Like,
I know. Oh, I know this. I know this. I know this. I'm saying Kyle's your friend and
this
you
is
did
true.
not notice it. So I'm saying I pay attention.
Kyle actually picks me up from the airport.
Okay.
Kyle
You
let
wanted to
me
raise
hang out
you
with
wanted to
Kyle. It's
raise
because of
you wanted
Kyle I hung out with Kevin Eastman for a whole night.
Okay.
All right. Brandon's like, shit. It's got me
Nah,
on that
I'm
one.
okay with it. Hey, I mean that's a
Remember
good
when I
one.
sent you photos
Yeah, you did. The
the whole
whole fucking
time?
night. The whole fucking night.
And I reminded you how like he's a much better friend than you are.
Mm-hmm. The whole night. The whole night you sent. So for people that don't know, Rob likes to torture me with pictures of things that I like that I can't have.
Mm-hmm.
There's this great food place in San Diego called Surf Bros. It's like a teriyaki Hawaiian hybrid kind of thing that when I was down there, I ate it every day because it was so delicious. And so when I moved, Rob would go there and take pictures from everything he does, as in looking at the menu, receiving his food, opening the food, taking a bite of his food, eating the food, dumping the food that's left over into the trash can, walking out of the food place. Then Rob, thanks to Kyle, got to meet Kevin Eastman and have dinner with him and all this other stuff. And he sent me
Mm-hmm.
pictures all through the night of
Mm-hmm.
it. I think there's like 47 pictures.
Yeah, I'm the only guy who walked out with Kevin Easton's phone number. This is true.
Hey, it's okay. He signed a poster of mine and drew a little Ninja Turtle on it. I met him through a person that isn't really a friend of mine, but he was nice enough to introduce him to me.
It wasn't Kyle.
It was Mike DeBalfo. I think it was more of a like I know Kevin Eastman kind of flex, but I was okay with it because I got to cut the line and get a poster and a little
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
little drawing. So I was
Mm-hmm.
cool with it. Kyle says he'll be my friend. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate it. I already thought we were friends, but I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Kyle can teach you how to draw now.
There we go. You can teach me how to connect hands into forearms, right? Psychotech says, "Are you taking applications for friends?" I assume that's what he means. Rob's all friended up. He's got one or two, and he's good. You don't want to be Rob's friend, everybody. You don't. You think you do. You don't. You don't. You don't. You he'll wake you up at 2 a.m. to record commercials. You don't want that. He'll make you catalog thousands of YouTube videos every day. You don't want that.
We should have you stream while you're doing it too,
Ugh.
so you can share.
It'll be so boring. It'll be just me. Plus, since I haven't done it in a while, just me fucking up figuring out how to the shortcuts and how to size things and how to do things. Hopefully, it comes back to me like riding a bicycle. maybe.
Like how to use the type tool and save things, Brandon. This isn't fucking trigonometry.
I don't speak Spanish. What was that? I
This
don't
isn't
know. I mean, nobody
dieting,
thinks.
you know, like.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know how to count my
I'm trying not to
macros.
make fat, because you know they're gonna be like, "Oh, he does making me big on fat jokes and fucking sketch crafts." You know, like, all right, you know,
It's okay, everybody. I'm a very.
they don't care. They can't say you can give an okay. You know, it's not how it works.
It's okay.
Stream buddy. Brandon, that's what Brandon when he goes to the bathroom
Stream, buddy.
takes a stream buddy.
Stream. Oh, my position. No, my position isn't. But you don't get to just come on the stream and talk. That's just part of it. That's that's not like, oh, I get to come on here and talk. No, 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 no. There's so much more you got to do. It's not just like you just show up and talk. I mean, that's pretty much what I do. But
Isn't that what you're
there's
doing
more
tonight?
to it. Yeah, but there's pretty much more to it.
There's pretty much more to it, except that's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much. Whatever. I'm a big guy, but at least I'm tall. I mean,
It's
I'm
enough about
6'1".
you. Can you? Okay, okay. Can we just talk about the news? It's
Well,
becoming way,
I was gonna talk about you.
way too much about Brandon. 6'2". I like walk by beaches. You know what I
No,
mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
no, you are 6'2" and you like walks. I'm 6'1" and I don't like walking.
Come on, more news, Brandon. Enough about you.
I like talking about me. Let's see. I've burnt through so much news already. Are you excited at all for that Black Adam movie with The Rock? Like at all? I mean, as shitty as that fucking Shazam movie was, our opinion, it was shitty. I don't know. Some people liked it, but I didn't. Um, are you excited at all for the Black Adam movie?
Well, the guy who did the cinematography on the Joker is doing the cinematography for this movie. So from
Okay,
that
so
standpoint, I'm in. But for all I know, he could end up looking just like Shazam. Just because he made the Joker look cool doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because the last movie he did was all dark and gritty and realistic looking, like this one, he could end up shooting it like a Hallmark movie. So, you know, there's no guarantee. I mean, I like The
yeah,
Rock, you know. So
I mean, everybody loves The Rock. I mean, he's universally liked. Now, do you think you're gonna get? How do I word this? You think you're gonna get quote unquote The Rock, how he is in all his action movies lately, or do you think you're gonna get an actual like character development type acting? Or you
did you
think you're
see
just gonna get?
Shazam?
Oh, jeez, yeah,
What do
that
you
was bad.
think?
That's what I'm saying. Are you think you're gonna get an actual like,
No,
you
we're
know?
gonna get the CW version. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. The Shazam should have just been a CW universe movie on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was to me. You know, it looked like it, felt like it. So
It just, I love The Rock. I think he's great, but I wish they would have. I get it. He looks, he's got the Black Adam look. I would have went with somebody more. How do I word this right? I think there would have been more. There would have been better actors that have a more Egyptian look to them that are actually character
oh, like
actors.
Jason Momoa.
No,
Oh,
not him. Fuck no. I'm not a fan of that guy. Sorry, everybody. He made Aquaman the redneck of the sea. He is so bro. He's a bruh. BRUH. No, I'm just saying. There's guys like who's the guy from Star Wars that played Apocalypse? Isaac. I can't think. You know who the fuck his name is? Help me out here.
I do, but I'm not helping you.
What's Poe's name? Come on. Fine, I'll look it up. Whatever. I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Not
Whatever.
helping you.
Whatever.
Thanks, Kyle.
Oscar Isaac. Yes, I looked it up anyways. But I'm saying there's actors that have that look of a Black Adam, that Egyptian, Middle Eastern look that are
Do
actually
you want Oscar
good
Isaac
character
playing an
actors.
over muscle dude again? How well they go the last time?
that was a shitty script. That was a shitty movie.
He
Well, I
didn't.
guess
His
whatever.
acting wasn't that great in it either, bro.
No, but I'm not saying him. But I'm saying there's other actors out there that can bulk. Anybody can bulk up. I mean, look at Chris Hemsworth. He's a skinny, small guy when he's not Thor.
Not
He's
Ben
just
Affleck. Have you seen Justice League?
he got buff.
No, Justice League's all suit.
Nah. All right. Well, Batman v Superman. He was buff. What I'm saying though is, okay, just hear me out. There's character actors that have the look of Black Adam with the Middle Eastern Egyptian look that could bulk up and have it be a dark character thing. But when you cast The Rock, who The Rock's great, it's gonna be The Rock. It's gonna be, a very egocentric character throughout the whole movie. And I get Black Adam's a very egotistical character. I know the comic book character very well, decent enough to have opinion. But it's like The Rock is just gonna be The Rock. It's gonna be the big buff dude with the attitude. He wants the power. I get it, but there's not gonna be a character development. It's not gonna be like at the beginning of the movie where he's like the actual Black Adam character, and it's like, oh shit, he goes to the dark side of the fucking Shazam force.
Look, let's just be honest. If James Gunn was directing and writing this movie with The Rock, we'd all be excited. Really, what it comes down to is you just don't trust the people behind the film, which you don't even know who they are, but you're pretty certain it's going to be some generic bullshit. So
yes.
So maybe we're wrong.
I hope so.
Maybe we're wrong. Probably not wrong, though.
Probably.
Probably not wrong. But maybe we're wrong.
Kyle says,
what if it was Daniel Radcliffe playing Black Adam?
Eat a dick, Rob.
How come Streamlabs can't censor you?
I know. Let me catch back up on these chat. Psycho says he's just offering to pick up the slack. Yep. Kyle says, I like Shazam. Friendship status revoked. I really hope you didn't like Shazam, Kyle. I hope that's
did.
You did? He really did?
Yeah. Well, he can't look, he can't be right all the time. I did.
Yeah, you did. That's a dumpster fire.
Come on. That's good, right?
Oh, that was good. That was good, Kyle. That's bad. Kyle, that movie's bad in so many ways. I mean, so bad. I mean, you even like the whole manslaughter that almost happened in the first 5 minutes where the teenagers ran their big rig truck up on the curb to kill a crippled kid and just leaves it parked there in high school. God, that movie is so bad. We can go on for hours on how bad that movie is. Did we do a podcast on that movie? I think we did, right?
If we did, I didn't tag it. I was very careful to not let anyone know where that review is because I don't.
Yeah, that movie.
I don't need the
bad,
trouble.
Kyle.
I don't need the Snyder Bros coming out.
Right. Kyle says our friendship status is revoked. That's fine, Kyle. If that's the line in the sand between me and you liking that movie, I'm okay with that. I mean, there's a few things I don't stand behind in this world, and supporting that movie is one of them. That's I don't support
it's
that.
Coffee
movie,
and Black Adam.
Yes.
Dead Space, Brandon. Better bring up some news.
Sorry. All right. And anybody in the chat? Oh, Bloopy's here. Bloopy says, hey, it's Friday night and we feel all right. Great. Here, Kyle's hitting me with some facts. Shazam, 7.1 on IMDb, 71.
Is IMDb the barometer for what's good in film now, Kyle?
Apparently.
Let's be careful. Careful what Pandora's box you choose to open, Kyle.
Apparently, Kyle's hitting me with the facts. He says, "Take that." Looks like most people agree with him.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Man, Kyle. That one hurts. Because not only did you like it, you're defending it.
You felt like you just found some really horrendous shit on his fucking Facebook from like
That's
4 years
what I feel
ago.
like.
From
Yeah,
like 4 years ago. So I'm just I'm not gonna joke what it could be, just because I don't need that out there. But just you just found that thing where you're like, oh my god, you know. Wait till I tag Warner Brothers.
Yeah, whatever. he's saying both critics and audience like it.
It's like he's coming up with the quotes for the back of the DVD backs. Like they're trying to find something
Yeah.
positive about the movie. And on the back, it just says both critics and audiences like it.
2 thumbs up says Ohio moviegoer.
All right.
Whatever. Anyway, Blueby says liked what? Shazam. The movie Shazam, Blueby. We were talking about Black Adam, and then we said how much of a dumpster fire Shazam was, and Kyle's defending it. So, in the chat on the Twitch, for anybody that'd like to read his thoughts on that. Now, how about The Witcher, Rob? Have you watched that?
I watched the first episode.
What you thinking?
I know there's supposed to be some twist or something in the show, so I'll finish it, but I've just been busy.
I didn't hate it. I don't dislike it. Jessica really liked it.
Shocking.
Yeah, she likes all the dragons and
Henry Cavill,
fantasy world, and all this.
Oh yeah, Henry Cavill.
Oh,
I gotta say this. My only really it's fine. It's fine genre film, TV show. The only part of that show where I'm like, get the fuck out of here, is just he's so fucking huge, dude. Like he's like when you're like gonna play with GI Joes, and someone brings a He-Man figure. You know what I mean? You're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't even fucking like he rolls into these taverns. He's like 10 times the size of anybody. The monsters, the horse, whatever, and like people are talking shit to him, dude. Like, like he's like the punk on the schoolyard. Like, we're gonna fuck you up, Witcher. I'm like, dude, look at him. Like, he's fucking giant, dude. Like, he doesn't need to bulk up that much, right? Like, I don't know. So it's a little much for the role. I mean, he's not that big in the game, like, so I like the game. So, and I actually like the audio novels. I have all of them.
I never played the game.
It's not a action like you would try to play it like a God of War thing. It's not played like that.
It's more thought out.
Yeah, it's slower combat. Like you can't just go and fucking attack level 2 creatures if you're level 1 kind of shit.
Gotcha.
Super good story though. Like super fucking good. Just
is it almost like a JRPG? Almost like where you can't.
No, it's an action game. It's just you have to like. It's more like Dark Souls in some way, where the combat's just more. You have to think about it.
Gotcha. Fun fact, Rob. I don't know if you know this, but the guy who trains Henry Cavill, his trainer, is The Rock's ex-wife's husband, who is also The Rock's trainer.
Is Rock's ex-wife's husband?
Yes. So The Rock's So The Rock's ex-wife, his husband. Yeah. Her husband. The Rock and his ex-wife are still business partners. They do the $7 production. She oversees all his business. She's the mastermind behind all of it. And her husband is The Rock's trainer, Henry Cavill's trainer, and a whole bunch of other celebrity big ass dude trainers. Fun fact.
Someone fact check that.
It's 100% true. I could send you the link. I
Something
watched the
about
YouTube
Brandon.
video on.
I
I
watched
watched
a
the YouTube video
YouTube
the other
video.
day.
Was it on IMDb?
No, it was on Men's Health on YouTube, and it was the guy. His name's like David Razazzi or David Rozzi or something like that. And he's like,
Psycho's
"I'm here
on
with
it.
Henry Cavill.
someone,
Do it.
someone should
I'm
have,
100%.
someone should have
I
sent me
will.
that GIF from Batman Begins where he looks at the Joker
I'm.
card and he
I'm.
goes, "I'll look into
I'm.
it." Like,
I am so 100% positive on this. I would bet on it. Bet on
I
it.
would bet not money on it.
Oh, I
But
would bet. Oh, I would bet money. I would bet. I would bet all the money I have in my paycheck. I'm 100% positive about this
yeah,
one.
okay, all right, Brandon. You know what I mean? Let's not. Let's not go there.
I'm just telling you, it's a fun fact. And when I don't, most time I do say a lot of dumb shit, but when I know something, I know something. So whatever. Anyways,
Come to find out, it's fucking like Aquaman's ex-wife.
no,
You're like, well, you Aquaman and Superman's the same difference. Like,
Aquaman's wife
uh-huh.
is Lisa Bonet, who is Lenny Kravitz's
So
ex-wife.
ex-wife. It would be his current wife. It's not quite what I said.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz, ex-wife, is Aquaman's wife. And their daughter is going to be Catwoman.
That movie ever comes out.
Right.
Michael Jackson didn't stop at my house to use the bathroom, but his sister did. It's a Goonies reference chunk. It's funny. He just made a chunk joke.
My neighbors are blasting Spanish music and singing at the top of their lungs karaoke. But I don't think it picks up on the stream, so that's good.
Nope.
All right, good. Yep, they are jamming out and singing at they have like a little karaoke machine or something, and it's always like, I'm guessing Spanish. It sounds like Spanish. It's usually very high pitched, very, very loud.
What are the news we got, Brandon?
Maybe daughter came home from college and they're celebrating. No, this isn't a like a one time thing. This is a all the time kind of thing. It's a every Friday night kind of thing. Are you excited about any of the Disney Plus shows coming out? Or are you just like, yeah, I'll watch them?
Yeah, I think as much as I love the Mandalorian and I love it, I think the Marvel stuff will probably set like that's what all the shows should be like in terms of length and everything, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, we'll see. I haven't to see any footage. For all I know, man, is they end up looking like real shitty TV shows. But Feige said they would have the same, you know, budget and look of the movie. So we'll see.
I mean, I don't know about the budget, but they'll probably have the same kind of look. Kyle says, and Kyle's an ass, any Shazam 2 news? Yeah, it's going to suck like the first one. Let's see. They're making a new Police Academy movie, Rob. They're not, but
Didn't we talk about that the last podcast?
You did. You talked about how much you love the Police Academy movies.
Compared to, yeah.
We were talking about bad movies that you like. Just like Kyle, like in Shazam, bad movie, but he likes it. Nothing but love, Kyle. Playing any new video games, Rob?
Played some Mario Kart 8 over the weekend with my nephew. That's
Did you
not
let him win?
new. No, no. He almost got close once, but that's because like I didn't know, like I hadn't played the game in a while,
Uh,
so it defaulted to like assisted steering, which I don't
uh,
need. So I'm trying to make the turns and it kept fucking janking my car. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? I figured out what it was. And so I turned it off for both of us, and he couldn't fucking. He was like getting his ass creamed. He was like, "There's something wrong with the controls." I'm like, "No, no, there's nothing wrong with the controls now. Now the controls are how they're supposed to be." So I had to turn his. He had assisted on, and I had it off, and he still. Eventually, you could just tell he was getting tired, like
mhm.
because he wasn't even. He had no chance. What it is they don't know how to roll the turns. You have to roll back on the analog stick, and I'm just always shocked when. And I learned this back on like Nintendo 64 days about rolling the analog stick. So he like just fucking turns it like it's a I don't know, man, like it's you know what I mean? Like they just turn the fucking analog stick like that's not how it works. So whatever. I probably should have let him win a couple times, but it's good for him to know his limits.
There you go. That's the spirit.
Would you go easy on me on Rainbow Six?
No, not at all. Same with Madden. I destroy you. Uh,
Right.
on Christmas, I went over to my brother's house, and I have an Xbox. He's got a PlayStation. He's got Madden, and he's like, "I want to play you. I've gotten really good." And I was like, "I don't want to play you. I'm just gonna beat you." And I'm like, "I'm really good at Madden. We all know this." And so he's like, "No, I'll play you." And I was like, "All right, let's take some bets here." And I was like, "I'm gonna beat Troy. That's my brother. I'm like, I'm gonna beat him by 3 touchdowns." And my mom's like, "No, no way." And Jessica's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be 3 touchdowns. If he says 3 touchdowns, it's gonna be 3 touchdowns." And I beat him by 3 fucking touchdowns exactly. It's like I was like, my mom was like, could have like let up. I was like, fuck no. I go, he's 22. I'm not letting up. This ain't you get to play on an unplugged controller any more days. I was like, you get beat. Let's see. Psycho says the Spud seems to be correct this time. I know. She is married to David Rienzi. I don't know how to say his name. Rienzi. He trained Henry Cavill in Superman and now in Witcher. Yes, he's
I like
trained.
how Brandon ignored the three other fucking texts up
I'm
on the
getting to
chat,
them.
but he
I
no,
will.
you're not getting to it. You skipped all those to get to the thing that proves
I
you're
did.
right.
Yes, I did. I wanted to. I wanted
You
to review.
vain mother
I did. I
sputter.
did. Because we both questioned me on that one. So yes, I went to the one that proves me right. Bloopy says, I just want John Wick 4, LOL, and FF7 is around the corner. They are supposed to be dropping a demo.
A demo leaked actually. Someone ripped it off the server on the
Wow.
PlayStation Store. Yeah. So they're like spoilers for Final Fantasy VII remake. I'm like spoilers. It's a fucking remake. The game
It's
was
a
already.
remake.
Yeah, you could play that fucking original game right. It's no spoilers. So I feel bad because there is like new dialogue and extra shit that it's just that's why you buy a game, right? You know what I mean? Let's to get the extra stuff. So it's like you're not spoiling it. You're just ruining your fucking purchase. So I don't know, man. I don't get the point of it, but whatever.
Kyle says, Rob's been Shazammed. So,
Is that a word for I've just been made into one of the shittiest movies of the year that people can't seem to fucking understand is ridiculously fucking stupid? If that's the
put,
case, I want the residuals.
put that on a box, Kyle.
He literally starts writing that quote down on a box and ships it to
Yeah,
me.
so
I shipped
on
it
the
to you.
back.
Priority.
Oh, man. Jack123F says, dude, like Witcher the series is great. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was bad. I wasn't paying that much attention in the beginning, and I didn't realize it was going 3 different timelines till about like episode 2, I think it was, where like you had it's 3 different timelines, past, somewhat past, and then present. And I wasn't paying that much attention. So when they started mentioning, a couple kings or whatever, like, that they were kids, I'm like, wait, aren't they adults? And then Jessica's like, yeah, the the girl you're seeing in this scene, it's in the past, and then he's in the past, and then they're going to be in the present. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I mean, I didn't pay that much attention where I was like, oh shit, but it wasn't bad. I mean, they definitely did a good job on all the creatures, and it looked like they weren't CGI'd. It looked like they were done in actual suits. Like,
I wish they had more puppet creatures like in the Dark Crystal. It'd be fun to watch Henry Cavill fight a giant monster puppet.
I mean, they right, like
I
no
love
no
fucking
lower
giant
body.
puppets, bro. Yeah, just no
Yeah,
lower body.
no lower
You
body.
know, yeah. I love it.
Half of him is behind the mountain, and
And
Henry
just like
Cavill's on the other side
little,
of the
I
mountain.
even like the little shitty creatures that just sit on like doorsteps and shit. You know, like those kinds of like little puppets. Love them.
Why? Is there
Why?
any rhyme or is there any
Because
rhyme or
they're
reason?
physically there. Two, like they just add good atmosphere. I mean, like, they look great. It's just a good look.
Fair enough. Well, Kyle says I'm gonna Shazam right out of here. Catch you guys later. Bye, Kyle.
Now that Kyle's gone, Brandon can talk shit about Kyle.
Fuck that dude. No,
Thought you guys were friends.
I like Kyle a lot. I just don't know if I could trust his opinion on things now. Next, he's gonna say he liked Dark Phoenix or Hellboy.
Kyle did go see that Cats movie. He did not like that.
Oh goodness.
He thought it would be like just a total. I'll just go in there and fucking bring some alcohol, and how bad could it be? He's like, it's don't do it. Like it's not. It's like, don't do it. I'm like, you could leave, right? Like you didn't have to. He's like, no, like somehow you're trapped. Like,
I respect him stay until the end though.
yeah, right. I, me, I would have.
Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
he would
no,
have
no,
walked
no.
out.
Like, I got no time for this. Yeah. I didn't make it through the
Uh,
Turtles movie.
Apparently Kyle hasn't left. He's still firing shots. He said, "You can't trust me. Didn't you like the Michael Bay TMNT?"
Uh,
Yes and no. So that's a good one, Kyle. That's a good jab. I appreciate a good jab. When I first saw it, yeah, I was riding the nostalgia pretty high because there's Ninja Turtles on the big screen. I was like, fuck yeah, Ninja Turtles! And then reality set in, and I was like, man, this movie is bad. And then I tried rewatching it once it came out, on home TV, and I was like, I can't sit through this. And then the second one, it
you
took me, I
bought
think,
it.
no, the first one I got for free. The second one, I got a free copy as well, and I tried watching it. I had a burnt copy, and I tried watching it. It took me 3 tries to watch it. I think it took 3 whole days to finish it. When Green Arrow is strapping chair roller skates to his feet, he broke a fucking work chair, like an office chair, and made rollerblades. Oh, that was so bad. And the Rocksteady and Bebop are checking out their dicks. I was like, ugh. Speaking of Michael Bay, did you watch that Six Underground, the Ryan Reynolds movie on Netflix?
Hold on. So Lewis goes, "Oh God, not cats. Just watch Jojo Rabbit." See, Lewis, you're assuming like he was looking for a good movie. Like he knew Cats was fucked up, but you figure sometimes, hey, it's a shit show. This has to be somewhat entertaining. No, no.
Yeah.
Not the case. Now, as for Underground 6, I saw a bit of it. What I watched, man, on the Netflix, when I was skimming through it, was essentially like like in Grand Theft Auto where you can just drive through people. And you put the cheat code on and you don't get any stars and shit. It was like 3 hours of that. He should just make a Grand Theft Auto movie. He made Painting Game, which is pretty fucking close, and then he made this. You put the two together, you essentially have a Grand Theft Auto movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, and it was funny, that there's the first couple minutes where every time a car would hit something, it would go slow motion, the sparks would fly, and it'd go, and the sparks.
Oh, I heard all this. They kept the sound effects from Transformers in this thing
Yes.
for no reason. Eh, I don't like to make light of the R word, right? Rhymes with vape, right? I don't like to make fun of it because it's a
Yes.
serious fucking topic. Um, that being said, but uh, it was once pointed out to me that what's that guy that looks like Corey Feldman? What's that fucking music?
Um,
What's that type of music with the that? What's that shit called?
Skrillex,
Yeah,
uh, dubstep.
dubstep sounds like a robot being, you know,
Yeah.
like it sounds like. And every time I hear the sound effects of the Transformers movies, I'm like, that's it. Like that's what it just sounds like. So yeah, it's weird how they kept this Transformers sound effects.
Yeah. And I was like asking Jessica, I was like, who directed this? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, on the next car explosion, just watch it and listen. And she's like, it sounds like the Autobots, the Transformers. I'm like, yeah. So who directed it? She's like, Michael Bay. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, that's weird. She's like, I was like, now close your eyes. She's like, all right. And I'm like, now hear the sound. She's like, Bumblebee. It just takes you out of it. Every time a car got hit and it just you're like, all right.
Yeah, it's weird. He's like, I'm not making any more Transformers movies, but I'm taking my sound effects with me. And they're like, all right, dude, take the sound
Taking
of
my sound
it.
box.
Yeah, he just Skrillex walks out with him. That's right.
Yeah.
Take it. You know, Corey
This my
Feldman's right behind him. It's right. And he's like, what?
yeah.
Dude looks like Corey Feldman. Like, let's be honest.
Oh yeah. And Corey Feldman had tried to have a weird music career. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I mean,
Speaking of
tried to. He's been trying to do this since the early '90s.
he had one song that made it. He got on TV and he was performing. I can't remember what it was, but it was so weird.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was recently, but you got to understand, like Eddie Murphy did this song once that was pretty horrible, and he did a music video with Michael Jackson, and it's really fucking dumb. Like you watch it, it's like them with rainbows and shit, and everyone's like, "What is with this fucking song?" And it was them making fun of Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman did this song that he debuted on a Howard Stern pay per view. Howard Stern used to do these pay per views in the early '90s, like beach
Hmm.
blanket. I don't know, some fucking weird thing. And he would show up like a giant baby in diapers, but Feldman showed up dressed up like Prince, pretending to do Michael Jackson moves, and he did this thing. I think it was called like "What Up with the Youth," you know, and it was like him talking about inner city gang violence, like, and he tries to do like, yeah, it's as bad as you might imagine. So I think that the Eddie Murphy song was like "What Up with You" or "What with You" or something. But it's a goof on that, you
Hmm.
know, of Feldman pretending to be Michael Jackson. It's fucking, it's weird. So he's been doing this forever, and like he would go in there and challenge Howard. Howard had a shitty band. They even call themselves the Rejects or whatever, like because they're no good. It's just him and
Hmm.
some of the people on the show, and they would always. And so he sort of invented that. Well, he did not sort of invent. American Idol comes from this. So Corey Feldman, in a way, is responsible inadvertently for American Idol. Is he brought in the guy, the producer, Mark, was it Mark Cuban? Mark, I don't know, Mark something. It's the guy who also invented The Apprentice. He was one of the judges Howard had on. It was this guy and two other dudes. I can't remember who it was. This is a long time ago. And they had to like vote which one was the better band, Howard or Corey Feldman's band. And Howard and then won. Just fucking, he refused to believe it. You know, it was crazy. But that idea for that became eventually became American Idol. So
Jack123 says, "Hey, so I know it's weird to talk about your teeth, but in your podcast, like you were talking about them, and I was wondering about that, how much you spent on it and what happened to them. You talk about your teeth before, Rob?
oh yeah, we once talked about. Remember when you were talking about food you gave up, and I talked about how I had to give up Jolly Ranchers and Monster Soda around 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had a tooth crack, like a giant crack to the side of my tooth all came right out. So
Right, but you never had your teeth done.
I
It
was
was.
about $6,000 worth of surgery, bro. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was implying like you had your teeth all like
I still
redone.
have my original teeth, but I have a giant, except for the one on the top right. That's completely fake. It had to be pulled out.
Rob, it's be honest with your friends here on the cast. Those are
What?
fake teeth. You have dentures now.
Man, I
Those are
would look
fake
like
teeth.
Jason Mewes if I had dentures. Like my whole, they changed the shape of your mouth, right? Like,
Does he have dentures?
yeah, if you go look in Jason, yeah, he does. Yeah, because of
Well, I mean,
the
over drug
heroin.
use.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll have to. Oh, so he's got fake teeth, huh? Weird.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, there we have it. 6 grand for bad. What is it? Root canal? Bad.
No,
Bad
the
stuff.
work was great. Guy did a great job, but I didn't have any form of insurance, so I was saving up for my now wife. She had said for years that her dream wedding would cost about 10 grand.
Okay.
So I was saving up, and I had a little over 6 grand saved up, so I could just. The goal was I was gonna have enough by her before her next birthday, which was within the year.
Uh huh.
And so I figured, all right, I'll if I had if our yeah, so our anniversary and her birthday's in November, so I knew I was gonna have it within the next year. And then this happened, and I spent all the money, and then she made the comment because I was like, she's like, well, if we had insurance, if we were married, you would have been on my insurance. And I'm like, yeah, I was trying to, you know what I mean? Like, and I had told her because she saw the money out of the account, and at the time I told her I was saving up for a PS4. She's so naive; she thought 6 grand was just not enough, for a launch system.
Right.
Could you imagine? So, uh, yeah,
All right. You ready for my next topic?
sure.
You sound so excited, sir. I'm gonna go with this one. So James Gunn says that he passed on a Superman movie to direct a Suicide Squad. That DC offered him whatever film he wanted to do, including some sort of Superman movie, not specifically Man of Steel 2,
He
but a
mentioned this a
Superman
long
movie.
time ago when he first took the gig. He mentioned they offered me whatever, and he didn't do it. This is old news,
Do you
but it's
think
true.
it's because he likes ensemble cast movies, or think it'd be too much pressure to take on something like a Superman, like an
No, I just
actual?
don't think he cares for the character.
Well,
He
he did
might.
he backed that Burn Bright movie.
That wasn't Superman, was it? How well
It
that
was
do?
pretty much it was pretty much
Really?
Superman.
If that was called Superman, you think that would have done money? No, people would have been just as pissed off as they were at Zack's.
Right.
How is it everyone was pissed off at Zack Snyder when that movie came out, and now everyone's telling me he's the greatest fucking. Fuck, I don't get that. I don't get these fucking people, man. You know?
Hey, you think they're ever going to release the Zack Snyder cut? Speaking of Zack Snyder of Justice
You know,
League.
I wish they would just fucking. Honestly, man, honestly, I wish they would send everyone a fucking copy of it in the mail so they'd shut up about it. Because we currently have a Zack Snyder cut for Sucker Punch. That didn't help. You know what I
No,
mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out,
that didn't help.
like, where's the. I don't know, man. Like, some of the shit the fans latch on to. Of course, you got to remember 50% of it is Russian bots. It's not real, so, you know. The loud minority, these fucking people.
Yeah. Um,
Everyone
I'm
tells me
gonna.
they fucking hate Watchmen to this day. You know what I mean?
No,
But I thought
Watchmen's great.
he was a fucking genius. So here's what I
Watchmen.
don't get. So I've been reading the complaints about Watchmen recently because it's back in topic because of the show. And when it came out, correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon, but didn't they say when it came out the reason why it wasn't any good was because it followed the source material too closely?
Yes, they said it was too panel for panel. Was
Now
the
I'm
word?
told that it's nothing like the comic and it's too violent. and it's and it wasn't Watchmen enough. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When that shit start? Dude, go watch the Watchmen Ultimate Cut and fucking tell me, name a movie like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, it's got fucking animated sequences. I love the movie,
Oh
and
yeah.
I don't like his fucking Batman v Superman. I don't. I wasn't interested in whatever the fuck he was doing. I don't like Sucker Punch. Love the idea of it. I don't think Zack
Mhm.
Snyder should be allowed to write anything.
Oh no,
You know?
no, he makes, well, with Larry Fong, he makes beautiful movies. The look of it, story writing, storytelling, or story wise, it's bad. But Sucker Punch is beautiful. If you sit down and watch it like it's a music video, or just visually it's
I
on,
wish
and
they
you
had a
just
version with all the sound effects and everything put in, just cut out the dialogue.
yep, and none of the yeah, just straight crazy visual effects, story wildness. That'd be great.
Maybe there's a Japanese cut where they just dub them, and I can just pretend it's some anime I don't understand.
All right,
Because that's
just
how I felt about Advent Children. Remember Final Fantasy VII Advent Children?
uh
I would leave it on, but the acting's so ridiculously stupid, but it's pretty to
yeah.
look at, and I love the music, so I would just leave on the Japanese version, so I didn't have to fucking understand what's going on.
That's a good way of doing it.
Yeah,
I got to run to the bathroom real quick. We've been talking for 2 hours, so give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Lewis says he's read IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. Apparently, there's a fifth Ninja Turtle. They always add a fifth turtle. The fifth turtle was originally supposed to be in the Turtles 3 movie or whatever. It's called Kirby. You know? Remember Slash from the cartoon was a fifth turtle. But Kirby was going to be the official fifth turtle, the Dark Turtle. Obviously named after Jack Kirby. There's a pre-production sketch that Kevin Eastman did for that. That never happened. Then they did that Venus de Milo thing, which is whatever. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. If you're a fan of the comic, I'm sure they're making good comics. It's not really for me. He's not for Rob. So as soon as Brandon gets back, we'll wrap this up. Because I got to be up in the morning and be back at it. Commissions to do and everything else. This reference takes forever, man. So fucking tedious. Ah, it's so tedious. Where are you finding all the Ninja Turtles covers? Google. Have you seen a Guillermo del Toro film? Yeah, I've seen Guillermo del Toro. I saw Blade 2 in the theaters. I like Blade 2.
I'm back.
All right, Brandon. We're gonna have to wrap it up. It's 11 o'clock.
Ah,
We haven't been doing it 2 hours. We've been doing. So we'll wrap it up in 6 minutes, right?
okay.
So we do it an hour 44 minutes. It's close. It's close. It's not exactly.
Quick question. Ready, Rob? If you had to cosplay as any character at one of the Comic Cons we've been to at like one of our tables or whatnot, what would you cosplay as?
I don't know.
Come on. I could pick one for you. I
Dude,
think
it's
you would.
fucking hot enough in those fucking conventions.
All right. Just, I mean, it could be. I think you could make a good Mr. Fantastic. You're
No,
tall.
no,
You're tall. You got kind of
no,
the grayish in your hair. How about a Hal
no,
Jordan? Hal Jordan?
no,
Well, then you
no.
pick. Damn it.
One Punch Man. It's hilarious. Um, yeah, I don't. It's not. It's not my thing, man. Like
I
the
know it's not
army
your
took
thing, but
wearing costumes. Like it took the fun out of it. You know what I mean?
uh,
Like I've never. The
I get that,
closest
but
might be my
yeah,
David S. Pumpkin outfit I wear on Halloween, but that's just because
that doesn't count.
what? But then I'd have to say any questions for what 4 hours. I can't do that. You know. So
All right. Hey, Rob, next Halloween, you have to cosplay as a comic book character. Which one would you do? Gambit?
no, I don't know, man. I'm not very creative.
Did you, I think we got a couple minutes. Did you see the new image of Baron Zemo from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier where he's got the jacket and the purple ski mask on?
Yeah, I saw, but it's a production photo. It's not.
I
So.
thought it was cool though, because he's got the purple mask with the lines in it. I like it. I thought it was cool. Um, Last question while we're on the stream. So with the Black Widow trailer, they showed the Taskmaster, right? And I
I know
heard
what I'd
that.
like to be. A box
Okay,
of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal. Like a big foam box.
all our cosplay fans make that happen.
Who wouldn't
So
want to take a
Ross,
photo with the giant box of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal?
that's a good point. I don't know anyone who wouldn't.
Brandon could go as Krang. All you got to do is wear the shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
The robot.
Yeah, but then I'd have to shave my beard, and I've had my beard for a couple years now.
Mm.
What the fuck was that? What was I saying? Where you said the
Now, what were
box
you
of,
saying?
you said the box of
You
something.
better hurry it up.
I don't know. It's not worth it. Oh, the Taskmaster from the Black Widow. I read that they couldn't have the skull mask because of something with Chinese cinema or something, that they couldn't
He has
have
a
a
skull
skull
mask.
face. Yeah, but the eyes, like his eyes is like a straight goggle instead of like.
Bro, they don't care. They don't give a
I,
shit. They gave
okay.
fucking Crossbones a skull face paint. Like, none of this makes any sense, dude.
Okay. Okay. Well,
And they've
just because people
released Ghost Rider in China in the past. I don't know.
people were complaining about that it didn't look like the actual skull face, and it just had like that weird
They made it look
visor.
techno, dude. And just deal with it.
Hey,
I don't know.
I'm just reporting what I hear on the streets.
Well, then man, if they want to fucking bitch about fucking costume accuracy, enjoy the premiere of Birds of Prey. You know what I mean?
Ugh, pass.
Pick and choose your fucking battles, internet. You know?
Yeah. Hard pass.
Go
Hard pass.
enjoy the Black Canary and whatever that excuse for Batgirl is, because I don't fucking understand it.
That's not Cassandra Cain.
That's her name.
That's her name, but that's not the comic book character.
So, pick and choose your battles. That's all I got to say. All right, everybody. It's been fun. It's that time. I got to get to sleep. I'll be back. I'm supposed to just do commissions on the weekend.
Uh-huh.
But I might tomorrow morning. I'm supposed to just start commissions. You know what? I'll just have to work on commissions. So we'll continue this Monday. And then tomorrow I got to start commissions. I don't know how I'm going to stream yet because I have to set up commissions. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I'm streaming tomorrow or Sunday. But I have a few commissions I have to get going. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Appreciate it. And Brandon, you will be back definitely next Friday, right?
I will be.
Mm-hmm.
I will be.
Mm-hmm.
Can't leave me out of the boy band.
I'm not gonna add on that. That's it. That's the last thing we're gonna say. All right, say goodbye, Brandon.
Bye.
The skull and the mask, the skull and the movie sucks. It makes $1 billion.